How you going, everyone? Just a quick little video on what I do, like going out spearing when I'm looking for trout and those sort of fish, like trout, mainly trout, because if you're targeting something, you'll target trout. We get real lucky here. I can shoot out there, you know, the boat route's 5 minutes, it's a 1 hour punch in a boat, and I can shoot as many trout as sort of we can find. But I know everyone else, if you're coming up from down south, up to sort of North Queensland way, Great Barrier Reef, a lot of charters up here, people fly up. You can do this research from home, Google Earth. I'll go through what I do on Navionics, all that sort of thing to find the ground to spear the fish. You know, you can go out there for days and not find a lot, but if you do a few simple things that I've just learnt by doing it, because I live here and I get a lot of opportunity to do it, I just thought I'd share it with yous, and you can take it on board, give it a try. It might save you a bit of pain if you're on a charter and that out here. You know, a couple more videos coming up after this one. If you want to subscribe, they'll be coming up. Just setting up my new double roller. That should be the go, putting a breakaway on her. Found a spearing shop in Mackay. Neptune's, I think it's called. Pretty good. If you get stuck up here in Unali, we haven't had a spearing shop, so now we've got one in Mackay, which is pretty handy. But yeah, if you're ever up this way, take a look at the video. Even if you're down south, you know, you don't have the Great Barrier Reef, but you know, you've got pinnacles, you've got pressure edges, all the same sort of stuff. You might not have quite as many trout, but I hope you enjoy. All right, I'll get straight into it. Thanks, guys. Well, here we are. Quickly, I'll heading out tomorrow. I'll just sit back. Maybe the boys come for a couple of beers and we'll just decide what's going on. I jump on Navionics. You know, it's a pretty good app. I really like it. I'll just show you a bit of an example here. Don't go on Spearbait Reef, but this is just a bit of an example of what I'll look for. We'll have a look around. We know we're heading out there, even if it's some new ground. And up where we are, sort of run out tide, sort of pushes this direction. We know which way it's going to be working. So I'll look for anything with edges on it like this. I like spearing these edges a lot. You know, I'll jump to the video in a second and I'll show you exactly why I like spearing them, but I find those pressure edges there, like a lot of the GT fishing dudes fish them because the GTs are there eating the bait. And all that bait is then minced up, floating down, and the little trouts, and then are just sitting underneath it, just waiting for it. It's like a free smorgasbord down there. A lot of the blokes I know and I've been out with, they like spearing these blue holes and all the bombies and that in here. It's good fun spearing it. I just prefer here. You know, I like these deeper edges. You know, they're anything from 5 to say 25. If you can spear them comfortably, that's about what I dive to. So I don't get any deeper than that. There's probably fish down deeper, but you know, I just find they sort of sit in that 15 meter sort of mark is where you find them stacked up if there's a real lot of bait there. And you'll see the schools of bait. You know, jump out, have a look. But yeah, the pressure comes in here. I like these edges. You know, you can see 60 up to 1 meter. It's a pretty hard edge along there and it'll hold fish. So when I'm looking for trout, that's what I'm looking for. You know, and a lot of pelagics and that, you'll see. I'm just about to jump over to the next video and you'll see the screenshot. See exactly where the fish work and that. That's just what I look for before I'm even heading out there. Give everyone a bit of an idea. Well, here we are. We've loaded the boat up. You know, we've put $3,000 worth of fuel in it at the current fuel prices, and we've punched out 150 k's to the reef. And we're sitting there. We've pulled up on this nice pressure edge I just showed you. You know, you can see already just with this little drone photo. You can see over here those tuna. Looks like tuna, I think. A bit of mac tuna and that. They're just working that edge there. You can see a heap of bait on here. Over on here, so the tide's obviously it's pushing this way at this time. You got a bit more bait over here. You can see right here where the tuna's been. They're mincing a few bait fish. Exactly what I was saying before about, you know, all those little bits of small, broken up, half-eaten fish and that coming down. So I'd jump in. I sort of anchor up here, or if I got a boatie, the boatie just hangs out here. But a lot of the time, you know, we got 3 of us, we just jump in, anchor up, have a bit of a swim around here. and you can pick a few trout off. They'll be sitting down on these edges down here, 10 to 15 sort of meters, a little bit deeper sometimes, and they're just waiting there. A lot of the times you can see them from the surface, they get that trout sort of, it's like a snaky swim to them, where they look a bit like a snake in the water. You can spot them a mile away, or they're just sitting on rocks. You just bomb down. If the vis is not too good, we just bomb down. On the way back up, you see a lot of them, they sort of move a bit and that sort of thing. But this is where I look for trout. A lot of people I take out, the newer people, they love coming in here. You know, real scenic, looks really nice. In amongst all this shallow stuff here, you get the odd, you get trout in there. Like, you get trout everywhere, but there's just not as many, and they're not as stacked as out here. You know, on a good day, there'll be trout everywhere out here. You can have a real fun little afternoon filming the esky. And you get a lot of predatory fish through here as well. Some big Spanish, you know, take a big gun. You know, you get a few nice fish cruising through. It's like a little highway for them. So that's where I love to spear. That's where I go for trout. I'll just jump to a video now. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of bait fish there, and you'll see everything sort of cruising in, and you'll see the trout on the bottom. Well, here we are, perfect world. You know, look at that off the edge there. You can see getting deeper down that side on the right hand side. You're stacked with fusies. There's fusies all over. This is I think this is a minute 20 dive or something. It's not super deep. You can see the trout already hanging out here, just waiting. You can just see them all here. This is a pretty good day. Like, it's not every day is like this, but you know, I just come down here. Probably had a full esky, so I'm just pretending to shoot everything. But you can see them all there just waiting underneath these big schools. You can see that it's dropping down there. You know, it's going down to 50, 60 meters down there. But they're all just hanging out under the big schools of bait. They're just cruising, doing their thing. So that's what I like doing. That's just me, but that's where I would go, just to show you. Well, we've found them now. We've found the fish. We know what's going on. I'm just going to shoot through a few little techniques I do when I'm hunting trout. You know, they're pretty easy fish to get. You know, all the Spearos that probably watch this know it's sucking eggs and everyone knows how to shoot trout. But a few little things I find, it just helps me out with them. Getting a good shot on them and not destroying meat, which I hate doing. So this is just a little video on what I do when I do that. You can see I'll come down. I always sort of move in on the fish, down to the bottom, move in. You'll see that there's a nice little trout here, but he's head on. They always seem to be head on. So I don't want to shoot him when he's head on, because I'll just shish kebab him. So I shake my gun a bit. You'll see I do it all the time in my videos. I shake the gun. I might hit my gun with my hand, and it just sort of spooks them. And sometimes they always swim away a bit. And then for some reason, trout are just dumb. They always look back at you. And they go side on and look back at you. And then you get a nice little side on shot like that. And you know, you're not shish kebabbing and putting a heap of shaft all the way down through their belly and destroying the meat. So I'll just go through another one here. Cruising along on the bottom again. This one, he's just sitting there. He's facing me. This one I just sort of ease around to the left-hand side. I just slowly start finning around, pulling myself around a bit. They move too. They want to see you, so they sort of get a bit more side on to see what's happening. And that's the perfect time. You've just got to be ready. As soon as they go to take off, you just jam them. So that's what I like doing there. I like the creep. Creep to the left a bit. Creep to the right, whatever side works for you. I always go towards their tail, because then, you know, they're a bit more side on. Here's another couple here. Got a couple of trout here. There you go. There they are. They're both front on. That one on the left's a bit bigger. I'm just trying to give him a bit of a spook. See that? Spooked him. Bam, side on. Good shot right there now. Could have jammed it. Probably should have. But that left-hand one, you know, you see a bigger fish, you're always going to go for it. I couldn't get in the move, so I thought I might as well just take this one here. And then I seen him starting to go a bit side on. over here, you can see on the left-hand side, he started to slowly move a bit. So I thought, you know what, he's a better looking fish. So I just started to creep over to my left here. I'm slowly sliding across the rocks to my left towards the tail of the fish, so then he's even more side on. And then eventually you'll get him pretty side on and you can just jam him like the last one. And there we go, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope it gave you a few tips. You know, I know there's a lot of super experienced spearos out there. They're all over this stuff. But, you know, if it helps out a few people that are beginning, you know, I haven't been up in this area, I hope you get a bit out of it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.